idea I had about kind of saying, okay, well, category theory is kind of, but category theory, you were explaining your database thing, and I'm like, this is just category theory. And then I'm thinking, oh, well, maybe database theory, the kind of theory of databases has to naturally deal with the problems of concurrency. And it also has to deal with the problem of sometimes you ask the system gods for something and the system gods say, go fuck yourself.
In practical terms, I don't know how this would map to mathematics exactly, but in practical terms, yes, that is true.
And so maybe thinking about instead of category theory is kind of, I don't want to say it's fundamental, but it's kind of maybe in, certainly in sort of the more parts of pure math. I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, the parts of pure mathematics. Well, yeah, I said that word like 50 times
Oh,
in the
you
first
said
one.
that out loud.
Anyway, the bad parts of pure mathematics. What was I going to say? Category theory kind of that view kind of dominates, but in applied mathematics, you don't see category theory very much. Um, so I was thinking, well, maybe kind of rethinking about it as database. I don't know. You get the point. Let's look at the code. Let's look at the code. So is one
Yeah, I think that maybe in database theory, specifically relational theory, you wind up with that, and then there's a difference between relational theory and relational implementations. Uh, when you implement something for real, now you have to deal with system gods. Everything becomes concurrent at the same time. And you have to add a new layer of primitives to handle that. And people don't want to think that those are mathematical things. That's what's funny to me about that, is that when you think of the world as a static place where a single thing's happening at a time because we're in a single threaded thought pattern, because you're just like your guy at your desk with a piece of paper figuring out relational algebra, um, that which is basically what we've gone over. A lot of the Boolean stuff correlates very strongly with relational algebra.
mm-hmm,
Um, you're thinking in a single thread in your mind, right? And you're coming up
correct.
with this. But then when you make an actual database, you've got 500 connections at the same time,
Yeah.
uh, and you have to impose locks and blocking and transaction schemes
The cap
to
theorem
protect data
should
while
be.
people are reading stuff.
So the basic idea
Yes,
of
yeah. So
AnalQL,
there's a new layer.
the basic idea of AnalQL, the Analytic Query Language, is basically category theory where the cap theorem is the most fundamental abstraction.
Thing I was going to say. Yes.
Yes. Okay, let read the
Mm-hmm.
rest of the type specs.